Hey, it's Eric G. Around the House is sponsored by Baldwin Hardware. For 75 years, Baldwin Hardware has been known for its first-class quality and craftsmanship in door and cabinetry hardware. As an alumnus of the Baldwin Hardware Design Council, I can say I have seen the details and quality from design to the finished product. If you're looking for a new style and old-world craftsmanship, I can tell you there is only one Baldwin Hardware. Check out what would look great in your home at baldwinhardware.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House show. This is where we help you get the most out of your home through information and education. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This is Eric G. We've been having a great time last week. I tell you what, Julie and I headed down to Design and Construction Week 2024 in Las Vegas last week. And we were gone for the week, and I tell you what, it was an absolute amazing time. So let me set the stage here for you. 4.6 million square feet of everything about your home. And there was about 117,000 people showed up at the convention center in Las Vegas for this absolutely huge show. And we're talking about some of the booths, like, let's say, if you took Kohler, LG, let's go Whirlpool, Toto, and put them together, that would take up your average Home Depot store, just to give you an idea how big this space is. That's how much it is. And we noticed just walking the show, we were walking between 8 and 10 miles a day, just seeing things out there, which is pretty stunning. And it was great to see the resurgency of that trade show because of COVID and everything else. It was nice to see it back with that kind of energy. And it was a great time to go around and take a look at new products, new stuff coming out, and people that I've worked with in the past. And there were some absolutely amazing things that I just went, wow, this is cool. For instance, Clopay Garage Doors has a new garage door that's made more for a commercial application, but I could see this using between a living space and the outside of your home. So what it does is it doesn't have an overhead track. So when you hit the garage door opener, it slides straight up and the panels separate as they go up. So when they come up, they stack backwards into the soffit. So the first panel comes up, gets above the opening, slides into the room. The next one goes up, slides and stacks right next to it. So it slides up, slides up, slides up. And so there's no overhead track. So I'm looking at that going, man, if you did that in a living space, you wouldn't have to worry about those overhead tracks, and you could have a door that actually opened up versus one of the sliding doors that goes side to side. So I thought that was really cool. That was a new innovation that was absolutely amazing. Toto Toilets has a toilet now that is basically 100% self-cleaning. So when you go use it, it sprays their e-water on the inside before you sit down. And that actually gives it kind of a non-stick surface there. But after you're done, it actually mists underneath the seat to make sure that's clean as well, so there's no surprises there. So they've basically engineered a 1-gallon flush toilet that does not have to be cleaned. So that was pretty impressive. Finally, somebody has invented a toilet that really doesn't need to be cleaned, and that is a cool innovation right there. And the list goes on and on and on with absolutely beautiful stuff. Another one that I thought was interesting is the brand Pfister, as far as faucets and things like that. You know, Pfister, or commonly known out there as Price Pfister, they have always been kind of a chrome and stainless type of company. They were your apartment faucet. They were your spec builder faucet. And that was absolutely wild to see them this time with all the different colors, the styles. Since they are owned by the same company as Kwikset and Baldwin, you know, who is a sponsor of the show, I was surprised to see all the different colors, all the different styles in a great price point. So definitely take a look at that if you're working on a budget. That Pfister brand is something that they have put a lot of time and effort into, and it's going to be something that looks really competitive as far as a price point for you. So if you're looking for that brushed gold faucet that's going to look really classy, but you're on a budget, this could be a huge savings for you right there. And another one that I thought was cool was I went over and looked at Georgia Pacific. So Georgia Pacific has a new exterior sheathing system, which to explain it, if you're familiar with the Zip system by Huber Engineered Woods, they came out with their own system as well. And so there are now multiple systems out there that have a OSB that is impregnated with a barrier on the outside. So that is something that is really cool. If you go back to one of our previous shows where we had, the fortified home people basically on, we were talking about that. And that is something that's really cool. So that can give you that extra layer of protection against moisture, rain, and if you have a roof or siding blow off in a storm or damage, it can help additional protections on that, which I thought was really cool. So that's another one of those that I went, wow, okay, that's some neat stuff. And the list goes on and on and on. There was some really neat stuff. My friends over at Millboard by Outlive, that is the composite decking. Those guys, I tell you what, they have a new strip that goes in between their boards. So describe those boards, and we'll have them back on the show again here soon, because I did an interview with them down there. This was really cool. So they have their traditional composite board, which is different than anybody else's board. What I thought was cool is they have a metal decor strip that goes between those. Because that product is able to be face screwed, here's what's trick. Is because you can hide those screws. When you put that screw in, it disappears because it self-heals over the top of it. Where you would traditionally put those deck clips, for instance, that strip goes in there so you can have a black deck board with a milled aluminum finish that is like a gold or a black or whatever, and do this really cool two-tone cladding with that. So again, that's another one of those things that I was like, wow, that is super trick, super beautiful. And there was a lot of new products like that out on the marketplace out there. And the list goes on and on and on. Another one that I thought was interesting was a new cabinet company out there. You might have seen this company for the last number of decades, Souter. You know, you might go buy that office furniture or the knockdown stuff at Costco or wherever else. Souter is making a really beautiful new frameless line of cabinetry that they have done a great job with. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I hope to get them on the show at some point because that was a nice, beautiful looking cabinet that was on a budget. And that was one of the things that I did like to see at the show is there was a lot of made in the USA type stuff like what they had right there, where they're making it, I think in the Midwest someplace, might be Indiana, wherever they're making it. And beautiful cabinetry, still made in the USA. But I tell you what, I was very impressed by that. And great colors, great door styles, and what looked to be a very nice looking cabinet, as well as a lot of closet organizing options as well. So there was a lot to look at right there. That was super impressive. Boy, we just kept going around and visiting a lot of people. I saw my friend Roger Wakefield, the expert plumber, and there were just so many other people we ran into at the show. Hung out with Catherine Emery, who you've seen on my Around the House Northwest television show. Chip Wade, who you've seen from HDTV, and he also does Fox and Friends, kind of like what my one of my best friends, Skip Bedell, does over there on that same channel. Skip does it traditionally during the week, and Chip Wade does it on the weekends. But that's really where I see a lot of my friends during this time of year. So it ends up being a great, fun show. But in that, I did a lot of great interviews, and we had talked to a lot of different people there. So we're going to have a lot of great interviews coming up here in the show over the next couple of weeks with stuff including this weekend. So we got some brand new content this weekend. And I won't tell you about that just yet, but I tell you what, it was a lot of fun in Vegas. We got to talk to a lot of people and see a lot of new stuff, which will be coming up in future episodes. Now, if you want to get a hold of us, another reminder here, give us a call at 833-239-4144. I've had a lot of shy people that don't want to be on the radio, but you know something? I still give you a hand with those home improvement questions. And I did get a bunch of emails in this last week while I was in Vegas, so I will be catching up on those. So if you did reach out to me, that's okay. I will get back to you shortly. While I was traveling and working those 14-hour days at the radio, doing the radio show down there and everything else, I tell you what, it has been a lot of fun, but I did get a little behind on those. So bear with me. I will get back to you shortly. And if you want to find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com. And make sure that you're catching our TV show as well. And if you go over to aroundthehouseonline.com, we have the YouTube videos over there. Or if you are an app-friendly person or you're streaming, just look up Fox 12 Oregon. And if you're on Amazon Prime or Hulu, you can stream that over there, and you can stream the Around the House show there or catch it over on YouTube. And those are great places to catch the show. We're at episode, 56 this weekend, I think. So we've been cranking out episodes and having a great time. We had some great interviews last week and some great projects. This week's project on the TV show, I'm going to be installing LED strip lights underneath the stair nosing. So I'm going to show you how to light your stairs that way. And it looks like $1 million. I tell you what, it turned out really great. Well, guys, it's Wednesday. I got to get off to the TV station and do my stuff for the TV show for Saturday. So I'm going to let you go. We have a brand new show this weekend I don't want you to miss. We've got some great content to talk to you about and hopefully educate you on a couple things. Well, there's a lot jam-packed into this weekend show, so I can't wait to talk about that on Friday. And you can catch the tease here on the podcast. All right, everybody, have a great rest of the week. Stay safe out there. Happy we got some of the primary election stuff out of the way. We are just going to have to all bear with the political season this year. It's going to be tough, but let's all stick together and try to keep it positive out there. I'm Eric G. Thanks for listening to Around the House.
Somewhere unseen and undiscovered, anywhere beyond the mean. Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Hey, it's Eric G. from Around the House. Are you planning a decking or siding project this year? If you are, you've got to check out my friends at Millboard. Millboard is a completely different kind of composite decking and cladding that enhances outdoor spaces with enduring distinction. Hand-molded from the finest oak, it realistically mimics the natural grain and color of premium hardwood. If you're looking for something that doesn't look like plastic and instead real wood, check out millboard.com. Make sure and check out that interview we did just a few weeks back. That's millboard.com.